Oh, hello, darlings. I'm so glad you're here because today I want to share something truly special, a journey that's been calling to my heart for as long as I can remember. Have you ever felt a pull towards a place you've never been? A gentle tug, as if the wind itself is whispering your name, inviting you to discover its secrets? For me, that whisper has always come from the emerald shores of Ireland. Even before I set foot here, I could almost hear the music of the waves and the laughter of the locals carried on the breeze. It's a land where every hill and cliff seems to hold a secret from a time long past. The landscape feels alive, as if the stones themselves remember the footsteps of ancient travelers and the echoes of old legends. The air here is thick with history and the wild scent of the Atlantic. Each gust of wind brings with it stories of shipwrecks, of heroes and poets, and of the untamed spirit that defines this island. This time the call led me to the northern coast, to a legendary walk along the Causeway coast. It's a place where the land seems to tumble into the sea, and every step feels like an adventure into the unknown. The path snakes along the edge of Ireland, a thread of green between land and sea, ending at the Giant's Causeway. With every twist and turn, the views grow more breathtaking and the sense of wonder deepens. The name alone sparks the imagination, a place built by giants, or so the stories say. These ancient basalt columns rise from the earth like something out of a fairy tale, shaped by myth and the relentless power of nature. I had to see it for myself, to feel the stones and hear the ancient tales. Standing there, you can almost sense the footsteps of those who came before and the magic that lingers in the air. So, with anticipation and sturdy boots, my journey began. Each step was filled with excitement, curiosity, and a sense of connection to something much greater than myself. Come with me. Let's walk this path together and see what marvels await on Ireland's northern coast. There's magic here waiting for us to discover it one step at a time. The Causeway Coast is more than a place. It's an experience that awakens every sense. Driving north from Belfast, the landscape grows wilder, cliffs plunging into the restless ocean. The grass is a brilliant emerald, set against the deep blues and greys of the Atlantic. The light here is ever-changing, casting golden glows and dramatic shadows. The air is crisp, charged with the scent of sea and wildflowers. You taste salt on your lips, a reminder of the powerful ocean shaping this land. The sound of waves crashing against rocks becomes your constant companion. Seabirds wheel and dive, their cries echoing off the cliffs. It's a wild orchestra setting the stage for adventure. The landscape commands your attention, urging you to pause and absorb its untamed beauty. This is where the journey truly begins. The moment my boots touched the trail, a profound peace settled over me. The path winds along the cliff edge, green hills to one side, a sheer drop to the churning sea on the other. It's a thrilling, humbling place to walk, suspended between earth and ocean. The trail is rugged, dipping and rising with the land, wildflowers clinging to the rocky soil. Each step feels like a discovery, a connection to countless footsteps before me. Out here, there's only the present, the ground beneath your feet, the rhythm of your breath, the panorama before your eyes. You feel small, yet incredibly alive. The perspective shifts with every bend, secluded coves, sweeping views, endless coastline. This isn't a journey to rush, it's a meditation in motion. Every sight and sound is an invitation to savor the extraordinary. The sea is a living, breathing companion, never still, never silent. Its surface shifts from turquoise to deep navy, white foam racing across the waves. The sound is a symphony, gentle shushing in coves, a thunderous roar against the cliffs. Standing on the edge, you feel the ocean's energy vibrate through your feet. The salty mist settles on your skin, a baptism by the Atlantic. The sea's vastness puts everything in perspective. Worries shrink beside its ancient power. It simply is, indifferent to our plans. To walk beside it is to connect with something elemental and true. Walking this coastline, you understand why it's steeped in legend. The cliffs, sea caves, and rock formations look sculpted by supernatural hands. The wind whistles like ancient whispers, carrying tales of giants and heroes. Landmarks like the giant's organ and chimney stacks spark the imagination. These aren't just rocks, they're characters in a grand mythical story. Folklore adds magic to the hike. You're walking through a living storybook. The legend of giants gives personality to the landscape, transforming geology into enchantment. Here, myth and nature are inseparable. The most famous tale woven into these ancient stones is the legend of the Giant's Causeway, a story that has echoed along the wind-swept coast for centuries. According to legend, Finn McCool, the mighty Irish giant, decided to build a stone path all the way to Scotland. His goal? To challenge his fearsome rival, the Scottish giant Benandonne, to a test of strength and courage. With incredible power, Finn tore massive columns from the cliffs, hammering them into the sea one by one. Each stone was a testament to his pride and determination, creating a bridge that stretched across the wild waters. But as Finn neared Scotland, he caught sight of Benandonne, a giant even more colossal than he had imagined. Overcome with fear, Finn turned and raced back home, his heart pounding as he leapt across the stones. At home, Finn's clever wife, Una, quickly devised a plan. She disguised Finn as a giant baby, tucking him into an enormous cradle to fool the approaching Benandonne. When Benandonne arrived and saw the baby, he was stunned. If this was Finn's child, how enormous must Finn himself be? The thought sent a chill down his spine. Terrified, Benandonne fled back to Scotland as fast as he could, tearing up the causeway behind him so Finn could never follow. The remains of that path, legend says, are the stones we see today. This story doesn't just explain the strange geometric stones, it captures the sense of awe and wonder that this landscape inspires in everyone who visits. Long before science revealed the volcanic origins of the causeway, people turned to myth to make sense of its mystery. Here, both geology and legend feel equally real, woven together in the mist. The legend gives these rocks a personality, transforming a geological marvel into a place alive with stories, imagination, and the echoes of giants' footsteps. Here, science and story coexist, each adding a layer of magic and meaning to the landscape. The causeway is a place where fact and fable walk side by side. That's the true spirit of the causeway, a place where the power of nature and the power of imagination come together, leaving every visitor with a sense of wonder. After hours of walking along wind-swept cliffs and grassy headlands, I finally rounded a bend, and there it was, the Giant's Causeway, emerging from the mist like something out of a legend. The anticipation built with every step, and now the sight before me was more breathtaking than I could have imagined. From above, thousands of hexagonal stone columns cluster at the water's edge, forming a natural mosaic of stepping stones that seem to march straight into the wild North Atlantic. The pattern is so precise, it almost looks as if it was carved by human hands, yet it's entirely the work of nature. Descending to the stones feels like entering another world, one where the ordinary rules of landscape don't apply. Each step down brings you closer to the ancient heart of the earth, and the sound of the waves grows louder, echoing off the rocks. There are an estimated 40,000 interlocking basalt columns here, each fitting together like a giant honeycomb. The stones are so tightly packed it's hard to believe they weren't placed here by some colossal hand. Some columns rise as tall, slender pillars, while others form uneven platforms that invite you to hop from stone to stone. It's a playground for the imagination, and every visitor finds their own path across this ancient puzzle. The energy here is palpable, a sense of ancient power and geological wonder that seems to hum beneath your feet. The wind, the salt spray, and the rhythmic crash of waves all add to the feeling that this is a place where the earth itself is alive. Science tells us that volcanic lava, erupting from deep within the earth, cooled and cracked into these remarkable shapes some 60 million years ago. The process was slow, but the result is nothing short of spectacular. The slow cooling created the perfect hexagons we see today, nature's own geometry lesson written in stone. Each column is a testament to the patient artistry of time and the forces that shape our planet. Standing on the stones, you feel the weight of history and legend pressing in from all sides. It's easy to imagine ancient giants striding across the sea, or early humans marveling at this natural wonder. You can see these stones as cooling lava, shaped by the relentless forces of geology, or as the handiwork of a giant named Finn McCool. Both stories feel equally wondrous when you're here. Here, science and myth don't compete. They enrich each other, weaving together a tapestry of fact and folklore that makes the Causeway even more magical. The Causeway is a place of profound mystery, a meeting point of earth, sea, and story, where every visit feels like the beginning of a new legend. Sitting atop one of the columns, away from the crowds, I let it all sink in. The fatigue of the hike vanished, replaced by awe and exhilaration. Here, you feel connected to the Earth's deep history and to generations who've stood in this very spot. The legend of Finn McCool adds a layer of humanity and humor to the geological marvel. The journey is both outward and inward, a walk through landscape and thought. The wind clears your mind, the rhythm of walking brings clarity. This is the true gift, not just seeing a landmark, but feeling its magic. The memory of this place lingers, a spark of wonder that stays with you. My journey to the Giant's Causeway is proof that adventure is for anyone with a curious spirit. You don't need to travel far. Adventure is a mindset found in new places or familiar paths. Imagine yourself on that Irish cliff, wind in your hair, the sea below, and legends all around. These dreams fuel our souls and keep our sense of wonder alive. Journeys like these connect us, to the planet, to each other, and to the stories we share. My adventure is now your story too, a little piece of Ireland's magic for your day. We are all travellers, and sharing our paths makes the journey brighter. Keep that spark of adventure alive. Dream it, plan it, talk about it. Thank you for walking with me. Until our next adventure, may you always find magic where the land meets the sea.